Hello and welcome to the Join Dota League Season 3 here on HeflaTV 2. We're going to have a complete best of 2 series between Union Gaming and Boreal Esports coming up soon. As for your casters, I'm Granithv, and I'm going to be joined once again by Mike Loris. Sorry about that intro video. When streams get this long, at about 8 hours, my computer starts to crap out, so there shouldn't be any issues, but yeah, that intro video doesn't like it very much. Either way, into the game we go. We just saw Boreal Esports off of a 1-loss versus Not Today, and then we'll go into the series versus Union Gaming. It is played on US East, by the way.
Alright, so pings are going to be, I think, a little bit of an issue. We should be bouncing back between a couple servers, I believe. UG probably don't want to be playing in US East, although Boreal should be fine with that. I don't really know, but regardless, this is going to be the second best of two second game series that we're going to have with Boreal. We have another one coming up a little bit later, so lots of Boreal today, guys. And they're fresh off of a loss, so it was only one game. It can't be too jarring, but still, it was a game that looked pretty okay for them for a good portion of the game, but then just very quickly got taken away. So Union Gaming, they are a pretty strong team, and they should put up a pretty nice fight against Boreal. I think they probably are even favored, Union Gaming, but when you're always going to be the underdog like that, it's always difficult to really rally. So we'll see if Boreal could pull it out and, well, take any wins off of Union Gaming. Maybe pull something weird out of the hat. Would love to see something a little bit weird, as right now the bans are looking pretty normal. I mean, Razor and Viper both going to get the boot, along with the Lycan. And then, you know, Brewmaster, Doom, those types of heroes still going to be in. No real surprises there.
Yeah, at this point, it's just Union Gaming picking what they want to give away to Boreal Esports. They're going to ban out the Faceless Void, leaving both Doom and Brewmaster available. I think we'll probably see a Doom first pick from Boreal, but then again, that's just theory crafting. Any of the heroes that are still left are pretty solid. Yeah. Any support that they could want to go for is available. They still have Death Prophet if they want to go full and onto the push, as well as Nature's Prophet if they want to kind of half go into the push. There's plenty of options, and it's kind of hard to talk about before we actually see. It is going to be that first pick Doom for Boreal Esports. No big surprises. Later on in the draft, I'm hoping that we see something a little bit out of the ordinary for Boreal, but as it stands, it's just going to be vanilla.
Yeah, the problem with Doom is that if you are going to be running a Doom, then your options for weird picks later down the road are a little bit restricted, so, you know, kind of sad about that. You know, maybe we might see a little bit of a weird support pickup, since they usually can partner with Doom okay, but unlikely to happen, unfortunately, in this particular game. As Union Gaming, well, they pick up the Nature's Prophet as well as the Brewmaster. Again, nothing too surprising here with Skywrath still left in the pool, and with such a powerful hero versus Nature's Prophet's teleport and the Brewmaster's split, I don't see Boreal picking up anything else besides the Skywrath Mage, but if they do go for a Shadow Shaman or a Shaker or a Wraith King, they're all perfectly serviceable against what Union Gaming have right now. But I just think the quick silence from the Skywrath Mage plus the Doom will make just a very nice combination from Boreal. It'll give them the initiation advantage over the Brewmaster, which is not often what you see versus the Brewmaster, and there it is, as predicted.
Yeah, nothing surprising just yet. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where they want to take these drafts after the fact, as this start can pretty much go into any direction possible. Union Gaming, they could go full into the push, and the Death Prophet will be banned out away from them, so to stop them from doing so. The pushing Prophets, Natures, as well as Death, both can take down towers very effectively, split up the map, and, I don't know, just make it very hard for you to focus. One of the best ways to deal with a Doom is just have a lot of viable Doom targets, and Brewmaster, Death Prophet, Nature's Prophet are all heroes that, under different circumstances, you'd want to Doom.
Yeah, and Union Gaming should pick up more heroes along those lines. They're going to ban out the Death Prophet Boreal, which is another hero that you would really want to Doom. If you could get that before she actually pops her Exorcism, then she'll be severely crippled in that fight. But yeah, it's just going to be another pushing hero that Boreal are not going to deal with. This might be a lineup where Union Gaming want to go for a Pugna with an Nature's Prophet and Brewmaster already on the field, and then have that as their 3-core. It's a possibility, though I think it might be a little bit unlikely, given that Pugna... Actually, no, Pugna would be pretty sweet against Skywrath Mage. I like the Pugna here for Union Gaming. I've changed my mind. I like to see a Pugna from Union Gaming than just see them go deep into the pushing. And really, Doom Skywrath Mage can't do much about that. Boreal, they're going to ban out the Enigma. I think Union Gaming were okay with that one, as they do kick out 2 supports in the Rubik and Earthshaker. Union, they still need a couple of supports themselves, but they still have quite a wide array to choose from, and they're going to open with the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I still think the Pugna is on the table for them, but Shadow Shaman is just a little too good to give away to Boreal. as that would have probably been your ideal candidate to combo with that Scarith Mage, as well as just offering some more pushing power to your lineup. Never a bad thing. Earthshaker Ben, and then Shadow Shaman pick up from Union Gaming. If they want to fully commit to the pushing lineup, Pugna still looks pretty solid in this lineup, unless that changes with, I don't know, a hero that's really good at jumping into the Pugna's face, but if this is an offlane Doom, his ability to take out that Pugna is limited unless he gets the Blink Dagger. But Sand King, the pickup for Boreal, usually Sand King is not the best early hero for getting kills, but when you have setup like the Concussive Shot from the Scarith Mage, it definitely can happen. Also, if they just play defensively, Scarith Mage can zone out the Nature's Prophet pretty handily, and that will leave Sand King some good room in the jungle in order to farm up his Blink Dagger at about 9-10 minutes in.
It's another good way of Boreal to initiate the fights. Once he gets his Blink Dagger, then he'll be pretty well off in this game, especially against the heroes that Union Gaming have. Well, we are on fire. It looks like Pugna is going to be the pickup from Union Gaming, so they are going to go really deep into the ball up and just go for the pushing kind of game. They still need another support hero, maybe someone to combo with the Shadow Shaman, give Pugna a little bit more protection, or Wraith King. Wouldn't be bad for Union Gaming as their last, but as it stands right now, they have a good amount of team fight, and they have a lot of pushing in Boreal. They don't really have much to counter this. They don't have any great way of jumping onto the Pugna until the Sand King gets his Blink Dagger, but Batrider pickup now from Boreal is going to give them that way of initiation. So a Batrider into Pugna initiation is pretty much as good as you're going to get.
Pretty much. There's a lot of different ways that Boreal are able to start off fights if they get Blink Daggers up at a reasonable time for these three heroes. Sand King, Batrider, and Doom are all going to benefit from that Blink initiation, going to be great at catching out the Nature's Prophet, pulling the Pugna out, and also if you get a lasso onto the Brewmaster, usually that's not the greatest of ideas, but when you have the Scarith Mage Silence to follow up, it's fairly easy to burst him down. So Union Gaming, I feel that they might just get picked apart in the teamfights if they allow Boreal Esports to get those Blink Daggers available for them at a decent timing. I think that's really going to be the crucial timing that Boreal are going to look to hit, and if they find it, it's going to be amazing for them. But if they don't, then Union Gaming are just going to take all their towers, and with no map control, there's very little hope for them to be able to find the Blink Daggers at a reasonable time.
Yeah, Boreal, they're going to have to be the ones to actually be reactive in this entire game, whereas Union Gaming are most likely going to be the ones calling the shots and pushing and therefore deciding the fight. So Boreal, they should be okay with sacking a couple of their tier 1 towers, and if they sack tier 1 towers to the point where Sand King is going to get enough farm to get his Blink Dagger, then Boreal are going to be fine and they're going to be okay in the game. But if they sacrifice those tier 1 towers and Sand King is still very far away from his Blink Dagger, then Boreal, I think, are going to be in a lot of trouble. They have to have either a really good early game, or at the very least have Sand King get some farm. Because right now, Boreal, even if they do withstand the push, they don't have any late game contingency plan. Like Doom could get pretty dangerous, but he's not going to be the most threatening hero versus Union Gaming, especially with all this lockdown and Cyclone from the Brewmaster and just ways to put the Doom out of commission. So Boreal, they're going to need a good start in this game, and if not, then, well, they're going to be severely punished. I'd like to see Boreal pick up a hero that can fight a little bit earlier on, but also can scale a little bit later. Maybe something like a Morphling would be a nice pickup for Boreal, though they could also just go for another melee hero and just try to get some strength on the board. I'm not really sure who comes to mind as far as that is concerned, but really if they go for a route like that, then they should be fine to defend and then eventually take this game late versus Union.
I kind of want to see something along the lines of a Gyrocopter from them with the Scarith Mage as well as the Sand King. You definitely can set up some kills with the Rocket Barrage early. And then just a natural BKB carrier. Once they have a BKB, Union Gaming have very little to actually combat that. Like maybe a Serpent Trap or a Serpent Ward Trap with the damage going through, or Nature's Prophet that right clicks. But other than that, it's going to be fairly limited, and I'd kind of like to see that from Boreal. We'll have to see what they pick up. As Union Gaming snag themselves a Wraith King, just another solid support to set up for the Shadow Shaman's Shackles early on, as well as somebody to absorb focus away from the Pugna, as well as the Nature's Prophet in the team fights.
Man, we are just nailing this Union Gaming lineup. Wraith King is going to be that secondary support, so no real surprise here. It's another nice body to have on the front lines for Union Gaming. Going to give them a nice stun, which does come out relatively quickly, especially if the Batrider doesn't have a 4-staff out, so they have a good answer for the Batrider. If they can protect the Pugna and have a nice tri-lane with Shadow Shaman, Pugna, and Wraith King, then that'll be pretty nice for Union Gaming. And then Brewmaster Nature's Prophet will obviously be taking solo lanes, so Union Gaming, their lanes are rather predictable, and Boreal, they're looking rather predictable as well. Their mid lane still has some options if they want to put the Brewmaster, the Batrider there, or some other hero. It really doesn't matter. As Union Gaming, their lineup is pretty streamlined, and it's pretty clear what they want to do. They want to push, and they want to end the game early. If it does draw into a really late game phase, then they still can fight pretty well, unless Boreal take that really nice carry later on. But as it stands right now, Union Gaming are sitting pretty.
Yeah, I would say so as well. This might be another game where we see Monkeys Forever Storm Spirit played, but no, it's going to be Puck, a different tempo controlling hero that is going to come out. But it's actually going to be played by Pizza Dad. Looks like we're going to have a Monkeys mid Bat Rider.
Yeah, so Puck is the last pickup. It will, once again, not give Boreal that really late game fight that they really want. So if it does come to the late game stage, I think I still do favor Union. Really, Boreal, they have a lot of magic damage and they have a lot of potential lockdown, as we're going to have Union Gaming's trademarked pause. Go figure. But with this Puck pickup, it'll let Boreal fight a lot earlier, and that's really what they need to be doing.
Yeah, and while during this pause, we'll go ahead and check out the teams and who's playing what, as we do have Jaw handling the Scarth Mage on the side of Boreal, who are playing on the Radiant with Rolo on the Sand King, Pizza Dad 37 on the Puck, Monkeys Forever on the Bat Rider, and Jolly Joker handling the Doom.
And on the UG side, we are paused because that's how UG start their games. We got Angel playing the Nature's Prophet, Jericho on the Shadow Shaman, Xanderlix Zamp on the Wraith King, Sad stand-in as the Pugna, and Sidrillin is going to be the Brewmaster. I never really know why UG always pause like this, but there is quite a little bit of controversy surrounding these pauses. I don't think they could get anything right now. Like, there's actually nothing that they could gain by pausing right now, but they seem to have Skype problems quite often.
I would say so. I think there's Skype problems at least every other game for Union Gaming, and then if there's not Skype problems, there's something else. Either way. Not much to talk about. Yeah, I definitely think that Vent and TeamSpeak is where it's at. Skype can be a pretty finicky program at times.
Yeah, especially if you're UG, it just goes down so much more often. It's unexplainable. It really is. Like, you can't really prepare for it. But anyway, Boreal, they have a lot of burst damage and they have a lot of magical damage. UG, if they do get the push going, then they would really like to have a pipe in order to fully breach the high ground, because really 100% of the damage from Boreal is magic damage. Jolly Joker might go into a physical route later on. If he gets something like an Assault Cuirass, then he could be hitting pretty hard along with the Pack Leader Aura plus crit. So that's really going to be the most damage, physical damage, that Boreal are going to be able to put out. And then really conversely, UG, the most damage that they have is in the Nature's Prophet hands, who should be going for, at the early stage, a more pushing-oriented build, but should be also going for the late game carry build for UG, because really everyone else on UG, they're going to be prepared early. This is going to be a very interesting game, because both teams don't really have a great plan if this game does go 30 plus minutes, although I don't think the game is really going to last that long.
No, with the amount of fighting that we're probably going to see, I do not expect it to go that late. It would be interesting to see a really late game, although I'm not sure if I actually want to sit through it, as it would probably just be a lot of standoffs, as there's no clear advantage. As you said, it's all going to be about the initiation. If nothing actually comes through, oh no, then you just have the split push coming out from the Nature's Prophet to pull Union Gaming into it. Boreal have a lot of ways to start the fights, but then again, they don't have a lot of damage when it comes to a late game situation. Once a pipe comes out, and BKBs, kind of as you said.
And if it does come to initiation, then both sides will be kind of dancing around each other. Because if you look at Boreal, they're initiating heroes. Bat Rider definitely on the top of the charts there, but also Puck, a Blinking Doom, and a Sand King can all start fights that can very well easily lead to good fights. UG, they'll have eventually a Blinking Shadow Shaman, a Blinking Brewmaster, and a Blinking Wraith King. So mobility, positioning, and really catching more heroes off guard with your initiation is going to be the name of the game if this game does get extended. It's very possible that what we're saying is going to be completely unnecessary, because UG are just going to deathball their way in and Boreal won't be able to defend. But if it does come to that later stage and Boreal do defend the initial push, then it's just going to be a juggling act. Like, who can catch out who, what picks are going to be available, and most importantly, who's going to get the buybacks. The buybacks, if it does come later, is going to be so important just because it is so easy to pick off that one single hero. And if Boreal lose someone like a Doom from a careless pickoff or something like that, then they might just lose the game instantly. There's nothing they can do about that. But it looks like we are actually unpaused now. Skype has been fixed for UG, but rest assured it will be broken by the next game. They're all going to go towards the bottom lane, whereas Boreal, they're just going to separate into what seems to be their official lanes, and it's pretty predictable, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be able to find any First Blood or anything, but at the very least, Union Gaming securing control over the jungle, especially stopping Rolo from getting unimpeded stacks, is going to be very useful. And speaking of Rolo, he's going to pop his head into the Roshan pit. If they're actually doing that, I think he'd just straight up die.
Well, I mean, he does have boots and potentially a burrow strike to escape. I think it's always worth checking, especially when you are up against Nature's Prophet. Otherwise, it is a little bit of a dangerous position to put yourself in, but if you don't check it and they are actually in the Roshan pit, then you're going to be regretting it because it's very, very hard to recover from a level 1 Roshan like that. Regardless, Rolo does have his boots first, and the Scarith Mage does not. These two support heroes are capable of getting kills. However, Angel does have boots, so catching up to this Nature's Prophet with a Burrow Strike is going to be a little bit difficult, especially since the Nature's Prophet already has an Observer Ward set up to protect himself. So I would expect Boreal to be rather passive with the Sand King, just stacking, pulling, and then jungling up for the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I think so as well. If the Nature's Prophet's playing too aggressively and gets caught up by the concussive shot, they can get in range, although it's not as easy as one would hope, because of the vision as well as the boots. Looks like I'm having a little bit of server lag, which is unfortunate. Hopefully it's not too bad throughout this game. It looks like it's going to be fine. The mid matchup is going to be Batrider versus the Brewmaster. It's probably going to be favored to the Brewmaster, actually. Batrider has really fallen off as far as his 1v1 laning pressure, although he's still able to CS pretty well. As long as there's like a Drunken Haze onto him, it's just going to be so annoying for this Batrider to actually get anything. He'll be forced to spam out the Sticky Napalm if he does want to CS. An early stick for this Brewmaster would pretty much be a one lane for him.
I think it's probably even more important than a bottle. Like, as good as bottle is, the stick would have 5 charges already, and that's a hell of a lot of mana when your clap only costs 90 at this stage. So Citadelin's going to get pressured back pretty hard by that slow, but Monkeys Forever ultimately can't actually go in on that just yet, and he'll just, continue to spam out that tar, and it won't really slow down the Brewmaster that much. I mean, it'll slow him down, but not, like, slow down his last hitting or anything like that. There's one poor creep here that has 10 stacks of tar on it, so poor guy, bet he can't even see anything, but really Pizza Dad is getting pressured a lot up on the top lane, and Angel is getting pressured a lot down on bottom as well. Angel a little bit less so, but the starts from both sides are going to be relatively passive. Nature's Prophet trying to mess with the pulling ultimately will fail. I don't think any kills are going to happen for a very long time, and if they do happen, I feel like Puck is going to be the one to drop, if not Angel, but I think just Angel should be keeping himself a little bit safer overall. Doom can't really contribute much into a gank onto this Nature's Prophet because he only has Thunderclap, and although that does do some pretty good damage for a neutral creep, it's still not that great.
Yeah, it really isn't. Yeah, the Puck, he's probably not going to die, I would say, as they have to start with the Wraith Fire Blast. That's a fairly easy phase shift. Puck is only level 2, so he's not going to have the most usage out of his spells, but it's going to be enough to keep him safe, as actually I am skipping out some frames. Hopefully, yeah, I'm not dropping frames, but it is Dota that's lagging a little bit, which is unfortunate.
Well, if it doesn't get really bad, I guess I could take over. It'll mess up the stream and recording a little bit, but it's worth it if that really does become an issue. Pizza Dad up top is going to be, well, going to get shackled up. He held his phase shift for too long. Now he's going to get stunned. The damage is going to be there. He's going to try to orb out, but the damage from the Wraith King is enough. The Wraith King was pump faking many times. The courier kill is also going to get sniped. The Nature's Prophet finds that one, and Monkeys Forever, gets his bottle denied. A huge pickup from Nature's Prophet. No more bottle from this Batrider. That's going to be huge. Citadelin is sitting pretty now. It's going really well for Union Gaming.
Yeah, I don't think there's much that Monkeys can actually do in this lane now. As soon as he's out of mana, that's no more Sticky Napalm shots. And without Sticky Napalm, he's not actually able to farm very well in lane. He's going to get a stack here, and I think that's going to stack at least once. He might actually get the double stack if he times this right. Not even going to try for it, but his large camp is stacked up 3 times here at the minute mark. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to reconnect in, maybe if I can find a moment where there's not a lot of action going on.
I mean, you might as well go now. It's probably going to heat up in just a little bit once UG get their levels. So, looks like it'll be Grandis reconnecting while I try to hold down the fort and be Radio Dota. No one really likes Radio Dota, but, what are you going to do? But anyway, that courier snipe on UG is going to be huge. Citadelin was already having a decent time in lane, 16 for 2 versus the 17 for 0 of the Batrider. So Citadelin maintaining equality with this Batrider. However, he is getting lots of stick charges, and eventually, once he hits level 6, he can feasibly get a kill on the mid lane, whereas they go on bottom. Radio Dota especially doesn't work when I miss kills. There was a concussive shot onto a Nature's Prophet. They just straight up ran into him. Really, I was not expecting this Doom and Scarith Mage duo to get a kill ever. Rolo was nowhere near that action. I don't know what happened there, but Angel definitely getting caught out of position at the very least.
Yeah, I think they also use the Hellbearer Smash as he's completely out of mana now, Jolly Joker. But yeah, that's not a kill that probably should happen. It looks like the lag is a little bit better here, so this should be serviceable throughout the rest of the cast. Although, we will be switching to Coucher as the streamer for next time, so you won't have to worry about it for future games.
Anyway, 1-1, the Boreal side do get on the board now. However, they do have to worry about this Pugna, who is still farming and getting his items up. Now Arcane Boots up on him. Xiao Shaman's slowly getting his levels up as well, but Boreal, they are going to get pressured upon. Monkeys Forever going to try to play some games with side villain, but here comes Rolo from the side. Burrow Strike is available, as is a clap from the Brewmaster. Going to land it, and the double damage onto Rolo hitting very hard. Burrow Strike is there, and here comes Scarith Mage for the Arcane Bolts. This is going to be the death of the Brewmaster. And at the same time, though, they're going to get a kill on the Puck again up on top lane. Now they're going to kill the Creep Wave, and this should be the Tier 1 tower. With the Arcane Boots on the Pugna, they should be able to take this out, especially when they teleport in the Nature's Prophet. And it looks like 5 minute marks. 5 minutes is going to mark the start of the Death Ball from UG. They can take this tower down, and they very will. Okay, I'm going to try again. They will easily take that one down, and they're even going to go for more. There's no Ring of Basilius just yet, which kind of sucks, but they're going to go for it anyway.
Yeah, and, well, there's an Illusory Orb to push against this a little bit, but it's only level 2. It's not going to do enough to really stop this push. Pugnablast are going to come through, and they need to commit more as the split goes in mid onto the Batrider. Batrider not stunned up. The silence goes out towards the Fire Creep. Does very little. That was just mistimed. He brings Bucky's down to the ground, or rather down to the air. I don't know. He is going to be able to secure that kill, so Sand King's falling very low. I think that was just in his jungle. The Tier 2 tower up top is going to fall without Boreal actually defending very much at all. Yeah, there you go. Tier 2 tower is going to fall. Let's see if they get the last hit or any cheeky denies, though. It's just going to be Pugna getting the last hit in the tower. A lot of heroes committed to this top lane, but definitely worth it if you can come out 2 kills richer. Or, rather, 2 towers richer as well as the kill on mid.
Oh, definitely. And now Sad could probably look to finish up his Ring of Basilius. I'd like to see that on him, although Arcane Boots on Jericho now, so everyone's going to be pretty much floating in the mana. The Brewmaster is very close to his Blink Dagger, and off of that, I don't know if there's anything else that UG really have to wait for. Maybe they want to get level 7 on Pugna to get Blast a little bit stronger. That's worthwhile. It's worth waiting for before they go for another set of towers. But really, they took top lane so easily. They could probably force the hand of Boreal and try to take the rest of the towers, and they'll probably fall. Sand King is well on his way to his Blink Dagger as well. I mean, he's 600 gold away from that, so he might have it by the time all the Tier 1s drop, but smoke up from UG, and it looks like they're going to rotate all the way down to the bottom lane. Jolly Joker has had a little bit too much of an easy time down here versus the Nature's Prophet occasionally, versus Zero Heroes occasionally, but for now, he's going to be under a little bit of pressure. Here comes the Gank Squad, and Doom, I think he is capable of surviving this, assuming he does get the Scorched Earth off first. However, Jaw is definitely not capable of surviving. Jolly Joker now with the Scorched Earth is going to get stunned and sprouted. The damage from Sad, not really huge, and Jolly Joker is still taking right clicks. He will walk away from this, and he will be just fine. Unfortunately, Jericho got held up by Jaw, but he will chase this one down. Scarith Mage being chased down. That was the worst clap I've ever seen in my life. That was nowhere near anything, but they will let the Scarith Mage go, with Jolly Joker still around. He's going to get Hexen. Now the disables are going to come. They will get Jolly Joker in the end with the blast, another Wraithfire blast. And then Doom is going to go down. The Scarith Mage is going to survive, but you'd rather have your Scarith Mage go down than your Doom. This is going to be the bottom lane Tier 1 tower, and then I think they could just keep going. Again, they have 2 sets of Arcane Boots, and now an Urn, so their sustain is really, really high.
Yeah, this Tier 1 tower is going to fall. It was a little bit messy going for that kill on the Doom. Jericho was trying to kill the Scarith Mage off in the meantime. I don't know, it ended up working out for them very well. It's going to be 2-4, and now they're going to barrel down to the Tier 2 tower. Boreal, they're stacking a lot of towers in order to get these Blink Daggers online. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. Rolo is going to be inside the jungle looking for that little bit of extra gold before he can get his completed Blink, and it's going to be a fast one at that. But it's still going to be a lot of gold going the way of Union Gaming with very little contest. They silence up Siderl, and he does have his split, and it's not going to be enough to stop him from using it. They do have a Doom available, but if he gets off the split, he could just run into them. Tier 2 tower is falling very low, just to the summons. The creeps are going to be cleaned up, but one more Pugna Blast as well as a right click from Nature's Prophet secure the last hit. And that is only 2 towers standing on the side of Boreal. Union Gaming are just snowballing their way through all of these towers. Batrider's Blink status is also not looking too great. Still not a slow Blink Dagger, but it's not fast enough to counteract the items that Union Gamer are getting online.
That's 4 towers in advantage for UG, and they're going to look to make it 5. Pugna's still only level 6, so when you group up like this, however, if they do get Monkeys Forever, never mind. They're going to Wraithfire Blast him with the Clap Initiation. Blast will kill him off. That's another free kill for UG. Sidwin taking a little bit of damage, but he has a full bottle, so he's going to chug that one down and be just fine. They're going to continue this pain train, and Boreal, they're really going to struggle to defend this. Their Sand King does finally have a Blink Dagger and Epicenter. This is their chance to do something, and off a 3-man coil, it is a nice chance. Epicenter's being channeled. We'll go straight for Angel with 2-man Burrow Strike as well. There's an Nature's Prophet down, and also the Wraith King is going to fall as well. Jolly Joker's gonna get shackled by Jericho, but the Doom goes away the Shadow Shaman now. Jolly Joker trying to run away from the Brewlings. Everyone, in fact, from Boreal have got to get out of here as the Brewmaster is going to be running havoc, and now Rolo's gonna get caught. He's stunned up, and the Brewmaster returns to his main form. Jericho's still alive somehow. Another Blink Clap in from Cedrillon will kill off that Sand King. Now this Monkeys Forever has finally arrived, respawned. He's going to try to get whoever he can. He's going to try to go for Jericho. He gets Hex, however. It won't be for very long as Pizza Dad's still in the area. Monkeys Forever is still in the area as well. UG, they take a rough fight, and really that's the power of the Blink Dagger pickup from Boreal. I think that fight went pretty well for Boreal, all things considered, especially since they are so far behind in the Golden Experience, but they can't hope for a fight to go that well every single time. They have to really make something else happen, and, well, getting a pick on the Wraith King could be a possibility, though it does seem unlikely. UG, they're just going to reset and rearm, and now that Pugna's level 7, this push is going to be a lot easier for UG.
Yeah, that fight would have went completely differently if they had their level 6 on their Wraith King. It's not late by any means for a support Wraith King to not have his level 6. We have an Invis on Monkeys. Monkeys potentially looking for initiation. He could lasso and then blink away. Let's see, he's going to lasso and then he's going to pull into the rest of his team. They are going to silence up this Wraith King and try to focus it down. They should have plenty of damage in order to do so. With the Burst Strike follow through from the Sand King, it will be so. Bottom lane is being pushed by Angel, and he's getting a decent amount of farm here, working towards the Necronomicon for his team. But the tier 1 tower in mid is still standing, although only just.
Yeah, one more blast will run forward and then kill it. Very easily done for UG, and they're going to teleport their Nature's Prophet back in. How far is he towards that book that you were describing? 2 parts, no recipe. So he's almost there, and that'll help in the pushing a lot, especially going for high ground. Now the Nether Ward gets set up, one blast, kaboom, goes the tower, easy peasy. Blink forward from Cedrillon is going to miss on the Batrider, as the Batrider does blink out in time, but UG only have one more outer tower to take. Roshan is a possibility for UG, but they'll have to deploy Serpent Wards for that, and it is something that Boreal can contest, especially with the Batrider on their side. They're going to all 5 go into this Roshan pit and try to go for it. They don't have any treants anywhere. Here they come. They're following suit. But with the treants on the front lines, as well as Serpent Wards, this Roshan is going to die, but Boreal, they're smoked up, and they're going to make a beeline for this. The treant is going to scout the fact that there is no one here. However, the treant will get blocked. Puck now has an opportunity to jump in. Orb is going to fly. The opportunity for Illusory Orb, not really there. Batrider up to the high ground. He will get blinked upon by the Brewmaster. Now it's split off to the side as Jaw does miss his ultimate, but now the epicenter from Rolo going to shut down Angel. He will bring him down before anything else, as the Wraith King is doomed up. Not really the target you want to be doing, but he will go down in the end. Actually denied. No, the Scout Mage is going to kill him off. Now the Brewmaster still wreaking havoc within his split form, but UG, they've already lost 3. Brewmaster's going to return to his form, and now he's going to be completely surrounded. He's going to try to teleport out, but he's not going to get out, I don't think. He's literally surrounded by 5 heroes. Another Orb is going to fly on Cedrillon, hit with a Shockwave from the Doom. He's getting brought down. Jericho's now joining the fight. Not where we want to be. Instantly into the lasso. You came into the wrong neighborhood, Jericho. He's going to get a Hex on to Pizza Dad, trying to kill him down. The blast in the Pugna will kill off the Puck in the end. Now he's going to try to life drain out Jolly Joker. Another Burrow Strike isn't there just yet, but they can kill off Sad if Sand King just turns around and Burrow Strikes him. It's going to be another kill for the Pugna, double kill for him. He's going to try to chase this one down. He pops off the mech, and here comes Angel to support. Teleporting right in with the Sprout onto Jolly Joker. Another blast going to give Sad a triple kill. Rolo will teleport out alive. Ultimately, UG salvage it. It seems like it could have been just really messy for them, but it seems like Boreal, they just ran out of steam after taking that fight.
It was messy. It was not a clean fight by any stretch of the imagination. Although it went better than it could have gone. The Pugna hung on to his Aegis. It cost him a buyback from the Shadow Shroom that was actually worthless because Jericho just TP'd into too many enemy heroes. It didn't go very great for Union Game, but they still get the Aegis, and they still get that extra bit of gold, and now they're going to be able to push very effectively with a completed Necro Book on your Pugna, as well as a completed one for your Nature's Prophet. They're only level 1 books, but those are going to be leveled very quickly. With just a couple more pushes, and that's really going to help bolster the extra power of their push. Rolo looking potentially for a jump in mid. Does not have Epicenter for 40 seconds, so not going to have that available even if they do go, but he's in position at the very least. Here's your Necro Books. Jericho going to find Monkeys. Drops the Serpent on the high ground, but those are going to do very little, if anything at all. Drops Monkeys down to a quarter, but that, or drops a quarter down onto Monkeys. His Pizza Dad's the one to fall, just blown to shreds by that Pugna Blast. Doom goes the way of the Brewmaster, but the stomp is not going to fall off. Jolly Joker and Rolo trying to chase down anything, looking for the Burrow Strike. They find it on a 2. He's going to need a decent amount of damage from the Pugna Ward, however. Here comes the Puck, going to get a 3-man Dream Coil, and now Scarlet Mage ultimate onto Jericho. Jericho is falling very low. Jolly Joker still surviving throughout all of this as Angel gets himself a double kill in the backlines. The Jericho is still surviving, going to run towards the north, towards his wards, and he'll survive. Jolly Joker not going to be so lucky as he gets sprouted up and then chased down by the Brewmaster and company. Serpent Wards, they're chasing down Rolo. The Shadow Shaman is still alive. How is Jericho surviving through this? He does not have a blink or TP or anything along those lines, but with Earn Charges, he'll be safe. Rolo, Arcane Boots, Blink Dagger, he's fine. Well, Tier 2 Tower is not going to be so fine, as the Pugna Blasts are going to come through. Double damage dropped by the Brewmaster. Not going to find anybody over by the Secret Shop, but they will find themselves every single one of these outer tier towers. Now it's a matter of pushing high ground, and it shouldn't be that hard, honestly. Maybe just farm up until you have the Necro 3s on your Pugna and Nature's Prophet, and then it's just straight up go time.
That was a really messy fight from Boreal. Using Doom on a Brewmaster ultimately is completely pointless because his split wasn't even up, so that was kind of whiffed. They fought without the Epicenter. I mean, Boreal off of that last fight, I'm sure they were confident enough to take a fight straight after, but you need the Epicenter's damage. If not, everyone from UG, they're just going to slip away with very little HP, such as what the Shadow Shaman just did. And that was a crucial survival from Shadow Shaman because now he's just so close to his Blink Dagger, he'll be able to take that one pretty easily, whereas Puck, he's actually nowhere near his Blink Dagger. This Puck is dead broke. He's 4-5-4. He's going to look for a kill on Jericho. But I don't think the Puck could actually do this one, especially with the possibility for Nature's Prophet to teleport in. This Puck needs a Blink Dagger. He really does. Otherwise, Boreal, they're going to be very short on their initiation, even though they do have the Bat Rider, who's not... He didn't initiate that fight either, so... Boreal, they need to get the initiations off. That's the bottom line. And if they do that, and if they pick off the Brewmaster or something like that, that's a huge pick, because then that's most of the UG team fight down the drain. If they can't make that happen, then they will continue to struggle in this game, as... UG, they have taken down all the outer tier 2 towers of Boreal. Now it's just a matter of time of breaching high ground. The Necro units are going to be upgraded. So far we have a total of 4 levels of book, although 5 can be picked up on the Pugna. Once they have 6 levels of book available, then I think it's just high ground time for UG. And then Boreal, they're going to have to fight their hearts out in order to defend.
Yeah, Wraith King's item choice. We haven't talked about it at all, but he is going for a Pipe of Insight. I think it's a solid item, although Wraith King's mana is going to be pretty problematic in these team fights. He'll probably have like 1 stun, 1 usage of Pipe, and 1 reincarnation.
Epicenter down bottom.
Oh, yep.
They're going to catch Angel and annihilate him with the double ultimates from the supports. That's Epicenter down, however, and Nature's Prophet 40 seconds. He'll be back up again. I don't know if that was entirely worth it. It's only worth it if UG can't make a push before Epicenter cools down again.
Yep, 120 seconds. They have a good window where they won't be dealing with Epicenter, and now Shadow Shaman and Blink completed Necronomicon 3 on the Pugna, as well as the Aegis still on him. I'm not sure how much time he still has available, just a minute or so. Yeah, there we go. That official timer is going to be just under a minute. They have this window that they can actually just barrel down bottom lane and try to push into high ground. It's going to be difficult, but it's definitely doable. They found a nice little window of opportunity.
They still have 5 levels of book total, and Nature's Prophet will teleport straight down towards the bottom lane, so he's going to get this push going. And with Illusions on the Brewmaster to mess with the creeps a little bit more, Boreal, this is their time to defend without Epicenter. They still can make this defense, however, because they do have a Bat Rider, they do have a Puck, and they do have the Scarith Mage ultimate. So if they could isolate someone like Sad and blow him up before this Aegis gets reclaimed, or after this Aegis gets reclaimed, then it could be a very good fight for UG. But Jericho going to blink forward with his new Blink Dagger. That's before the Pucks, and lay down Serpent Wards. Now the blink forward from the Brewmaster is going to go straight for Pizza Dad. He's going to be annihilated, can't get out of here, although it looks like he'll survive for a little longer than I thought. Here comes Jolly Joker from the side with a Doom onto Sad. Jump in from Rolo as well with a nice 2-man Burrow Strike, but is it going to be enough? Now Rolo going to get shackled and stunned. He's going to be brought down very quickly. Scarith Mage is going to be split between everyone as the Bat Rider makes his very late initiation. It's too late for him. Sad is going to be brought down to the end, so no more blasts for this fight as Rolo still getting chipped away by those Serpent Wards. And now the Serpent Wards going to change to Jolly Joker, who's sprouted up in the middle of the wards. These Serpent Wards were constantly firing this fight, and with lots of levels and Necrobook still alive, Angel is going to teleport out. He'll be just fine. They're going to go for Monkeys Forever, trying to cancel a TP of Nature's Prophet. It's not going to work out for him. It's a full team wipe in favor of UG. This is bottom Raxes, and after one set of Raxes, the next set gets so much easier down the line. This is looking very, very bad for Boreal.
Yeah, I think they'll wait out the next Roshan before they jump into it, as it's only a minute and a half before the timer could come up, and it's not that long before they have to wait. Also, Pugna, he died that last fight, and I think his Aegis timed out before he actually got to use it. I didn't see him fall. I thought that Doom would end up killing him, and then proccing the Aegis, which would have been wonderful for Union Game, but it is going to take a lot of the steam out of the push. But down in top lane, it is going to be Wraith King. He's putting some pressure there, and he has his completed pipe. The items are just coming out too large for Union Gaming. The only hero that has anything of note, or has what he needs, rather, is the Bat Rider with his Blink and Force Staff. But that's not going to cut it when you don't really have the damage. Scarith Mage, his ultimate's nice, but it's only level 1, and last fight, he killed himself on the Pugna ward. They just can't really take fights effectively in this Union Gaming lineup.
And Puck finally gets his Blink Dagger later than the support Shadow Shaman. Doom doesn't actually have anything to fight either, and if Doom isn't fighting at this point, then really who's doing the damage for Boreal? It's just mostly just poking and laying that passive magic damage over time. Rolo is going to be scouted out by Jericho, however, Rolo does have a lot of support right behind him. Jericho, if he goes in on this, he will just get absolutely smashed right here, and it looks like everyone from UG are going to back up. Take a quick look at the Roshan timer, still unknown, but top lane is going to be where most of the heroes from UG are going to mobilize. I think now at this point they have 6 levels of book. They do. Angel, not very healthy, but he's going to jump in towards top anyway. Pizza Dad is pretty weak, but he's going to blink out into a Hex. Now Serpent Wards being deployed for Pizza Dad. This is going to be the death of the Pugna. Might even be the death of Rolo. However, Jericho is going to go down as well, as Cedrillin is off to the side, going to chase down the Sand King. Blink Clap will miss. Serpent Ward's deployed. It's kind of wasted, but they could still go for a push off this, especially if Monkey's Forever walks right back into everybody. What the hell was that, Batrider? You were home free, but he decided to go ahead and kill himself, so, you know, not very healthy attitude there. The creep wave is going to be coming shortly enough, and, well, the bottom lane is in full breach, so they don't have to worry about backdoor protection. With these Necro units up, they're just going to bowl down this middle lane. The Doom is on to the Brewmaster, so there's going to be no split as Rolo does jump in with the Mystic Flare, but it's going to be divided by 2 heroes. Now the mech is going to nullify all that damage. Monkey's Forever buying back into the game. Will get another net onto Brewmaster, although he's still going to survive for now. He's going to push back. He can't get the split off, although now he can. The split is out from Brewmaster, and now Boreal can no longer afford to fight this one. They're going to lose their tier 3 tower, and they cannot defend anymore. They just have to regenerate in their fountain and hope that they can take this one later, but with the second Raxes of Boreal that are going to fall, I don't see them coming back from this. The Brewmaster just barely got his split out, even after Doom and Lasso. That's crippling. That's got to be GG.
I think so. Honestly, I think you call it right now because they have another series after this one, and they still have a game 2 to think about. I don't think it's worth exhausting yourself trying to play this, and there you go. Rolo is going to call it. 2 lanes of Rax, unsurmountable.
Yeah, especially 21 minutes into the game. Even if it was just one set of Raxes and UG were still struggling to go up the high ground, then I would say UG are still in prime spot to win this game. But 2 sets of Raxes, it's almost impossible to come back from, especially when no one on your team actually has any items.
Yeah, really not. Well, that is going to be the end of Game 1. Union Gaming taking a pretty solid lead over Boreal. Those Blink Daggers didn't come up fast enough. They ended the game with 4 of them, but even with the Blink Daggers, they had no damage to follow it up. So that's going to sum up Game number 1. Game number 2 coming up shortly. And after that, Boreal are going to play even more, although you will have a change of casters, I believe. Maybe Mike Loris will still be sticking around. But either way, I'll be gone. Game 2 coming up soon. GG to both teams, and let's see if Boreal are going to be able to do this.